of the biggest questions that people have on their mind, especially in Maharashtra, especially in Mumbai, is whether the government here in Maharashtra will impose another lockdown. That's a very big question. That's a very valid question, because even when the government holds a news conference and they throw up the numbers, most of the cases are being reported from here in Maharashtra, here in Mumbai. Over 40,000 cases from Maharashtra, around 5,000 cases from Mumbai being reported on an average every day for the last 3 to 4 days. Let's quickly show you one graphic, one statistic. Let me show you the 5-state COVID track. Look at this. In our newsrooms, when we're tracking the COVID numbers, and when the numbers, these are live numbers, by the way, live data being shown from our COVID tracker here. Maharashtra accounting for 62.7, nearly 63% of all cases in India. Look at this, the 5-state COVID track. Maharashtra, 63% of total COVID, active COVID cases in India. Kerala accounting for about 4.7%, Punjab 4.58%, Karnataka 4.42%, Chhattisgarh 3.69%, rest of India 19.84%. But this is the worrying figure of 62.7% of cases being reported from Maharashtra. So while we get you the number, in fact, Dr. Devi Shetty will be joining us live in just a few minutes. Let's quickly also give you an idea of the vaccinations. Are we vaccinating enough people? How many people are being vaccinated in India? Just to get a quick update from the newsroom, let's go across. Okay, Alicia is here in our newsroom. How many people have been vaccinated? Let's go through the numbers that you have. Let's go to PTI.
Yes, sir. Over 5.94 crore vaccines have been administered.
5.94 crore vaccinations.
Yes, have been.
As of? Okay, that's
as of today.
As of today, 5.94. Nearly 6 crore vaccinations.
Yes.
Do we have a breakup of how many people have been vaccinated? The different
88 lakh and
88 lakh frontline workers
have received the first dose, and 35 lakh frontline workers have been given the second dose.
Second dose. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll also show you India's vaccine meter. We'll show you India's vaccine meter, and we'll also take this forward and talk to Dr. Devi Shetty of Narayana Hridyalaya, joining us live on the biggest story tonight. Dr. Shetty, good evening, and thank you for taking the time off. In fact, we made a call to Dr. Devi Shetty when some numbers came in this evening. It was a late call around 6:30 p.m. and we requested him to come live on a very short notice. Dr. Shetty is live. Thank you, Dr. Shetty. You know what? I'll take you live with that one graphic that I have of 63% of India's cases coming in from one state, from where we are broadcasting right now in Mumbai. 63% of national cases from one state. What is your reading of the situation, Dr. Shetty?
Right now, the number across the country is going up, and it will keep going up for the next at least 2 to 3 weeks. Then it will reach a plateau. Then the number will start going down. So it is a reality that we are in the second wave, and we should do everything possible to make sure that as many people are vaccinated as possible. But unfortunately, our problem is, even though vaccines are available, people are not getting vaccinated. I will give you our example in 2 places. One in Bangalore.
Yeah.
In Bangalore, we have been given 2,000 vaccines to be vaccinated per day. Hardly 200 people are coming for the vaccination. This has been our biggest problem. Similarly, in Jaipur, hardly 20 people are coming for vaccination. So unless people come in large numbers and go for the vaccination, we will have a serious problem. Yeah.
Dr. Shetty, now see what you're saying, and you run a hospital and you know the situation better. You're saying on national TV that if the turnout for vaccines is much lower than what we think it actually is, that's a problem, because there is a debate around whether you should impose a lockdown to contain the situation, or whether you should increase the vaccinations in this particular situation when you have a second surge. Now, what do you suggest? When you speak to government representatives, and I know when the first outbreak happened, the state government in Karnataka reached out to you, you were a part of the consultation process. What do you tell public representatives on how to handle the situation, and what according to you is the best option?
Medically speaking, lockdown is not an option.
Yeah.
lockdown simply will not bring down the number. It may temporarily bring down and it will again go up to where it was, because the lockdown, you can only hide from the virus. You can't protect yourself from the virus. So medically speaking, there is no benefit of lockdown. Now, from the point of protection, there is only one tool we have for protecting ourselves. That is the vaccine. And the greatest problem we are facing today is not the vaccine supply. It is the vaccine acceptance by the people. And our experience has been that people are not coming forward to vaccinate themselves, mainly because they feel that it's no big deal, I will not get infection, and even if I get infection, it is going to be a very asymptomatic situation, so I don't have to go through this ordeal of vaccination. The reality is, these people haven't seen COVID patients in the ICU, how much they suffer.
Yeah.
So it is very, very important that people vaccinate themselves. And also, I would like policymakers to say that only the people who are vaccinated should be allowed to go out and work in places where they are exposed to the other people. And there should be, government has to show that there is some benefit of vaccinating. Otherwise, people think, why should we vaccinate ourselves if the government doesn't itself think that there is no benefit of vaccination? So essentially, we have to now concentrate on educating people about the vaccination. It is not the shortage of vaccination. It is freely available everywhere.
Well, you made a very valid point, and you know, all the visuals that we see of you know, public representatives, ministers, personalities getting vaccinated, hopefully that sends a message. But you know, apart from the awareness that of course is required on the ground, do you think some policy decisions will have to be made, for example, to broad-base the vaccination drive? For one, it has been expanded to everyone above 45. You think others, it's time to open it up a little further? What's your take on that?
I agree entirely. If the government did the right thing by opening it up for people past the age of 60 because they are vulnerable,
Yeah.
and if those people themselves are not interested, what is the point in holding on to the stock? Let's
Exactly.
vaccinate the young people.
Yeah.
Because essentially, young people are the super spreaders. Old people do not spread the virus. Okay, by vaccinating old people, we'll reduce the mortality. But if you want to reduce the spread of infection, we have to vaccinate youngsters. Since the vulnerable group are not coming in adequate number and there is excess vaccine available, at least as of now, at least for the time being, let's open it up for the younger generation. Let them vaccinate themselves. Let the incidence come down. And God forbid, if we face vaccine shortage,
Yeah.
we can always roll it back.
You know, Dr. Shetty, what you said, it just struck me because sometime back we just overheard someone say in the newsroom that there are more younger people who are reporting positive to COVID-19 in the second surge, and I can't help but repeat what you just said, that the younger generation and the younger lot are the super spreaders. And do you think that now, I mean, if you speak to public representatives, will you certainly back that call to broad-base this vaccination process? How soon do you think it can be done? Because I heard you in one of the debates recently with Arnab also mention that, you know, we have the capacity to sort of broad-base this and make it a big success and do it fast.
I certainly think that I would like to request the policymakers to bring down the vaccination age to 20 years so that at least the vaccines will be consumed. And in the near future, I'm confident that with the government's intervention, a lot more companies will get the privilege of delivering vaccine in India, and there may not be a shortage. And in the future, if we ever face the shortage, we can always cut back on young people. But right now, as things stand, it's a good idea for us to vaccinate young people.
Yeah. It was good talking to you, Dr. Devi Shetty. Great talking to you, and we look forward to having more such conversations, hopefully in this second surge, second wave, which we all hope is much shorter than the first. Dr. Devi Shetty, thank you for speaking to us here on Republic TV at such short notice. Thank you, sir. Thank you, doctor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.